And we are live.
Yeah.
Good morning and welcome to week number 6 of the High 48's Bluegrass Brunch.
Number 6 already?
6.
Holy
Can you
heck.
believe it?
Good Lord.
I know.
Man.
This is something we do every year to get us through the long, cold, dark months of January and February.
Real cold right now.
Yes, for those
I was
of you...
just telling my wife the other day, I was like, we've had a real mild winter so far. And then...
So it was you that jinxed it.
Yeah, it was me.
Is
Sorry.
your fault.
That's my bad. Sorry, everybody. Sorry.
Yeah, and we all cram into the Astor Cafe in Minneapolis. Obviously, we can't do that today, so we're so glad that you're here. We see Connie, one of our good friends who always works the soundboard for us, is here. Connie, good morning.
Connie.
And Terry says, yippee, so excited to be here. We're happy to have you here too, Terry, and thank you all for tuning in. This is what it's about. It's about you guys coming in, hanging out with us for an hour. If you're feeling it, hop in the comments, say hello. We got Katie Murphy from Berkeley, California.
Hey,
good to see you, Katie. And Denise. See, this is why we do it. Yeah. Just to see our friends. And for those of you who are new to this program, since we've moved it online, we've changed it to an hour. And the High 48s, 3 of us will pass tunes around for the first 30 minutes or so, and then we bring in a special guest every week. And this week we have a very special guest, our good friend Ellen Stanley, a.k.a. Mother Banjo, who's hanging out in the green room right now. I can see her here. I was going to do a little tease.
Ralph Stanley's
there
daughter,
she is.
right? Yeah.
Bye. Ellen is a favorite in the Minnesota bluegrass and old time music community. Here, she's a wonderful singer, songwriter. She's a radio DJ. She does all kinds of things. Have her join us the second half of the hour. And just want to say hello to a few more. We have hey, look at this. It's Ellen's folks in Connecticut.
Nice.
Great to see you. Usually, Ellen and I also host a show on Fridays, a live show. And I always see them there. This is cool. Our worlds are colliding today. Mm-hmm. And hey, Liz. And hey, Chris. Good morning back to you. Shirley, great to see you. And we're happy to be here today. Drinking coffee. I got my Ruby Roasters again. Again, I'm not affiliated with them, but
You're trying to get affiliated.
but I'm really trying to get a sponsorship from Ruby. Maybe they could send me some free coffee.
If you're watching,
they're out of
Ruby.
Wisconsin, and there's a tie-in to one of the songs I'm doing actually with this coffee. And I'm trying their Columbia. This is like a subscription coffee thing. My wife got me for Christmas. It's awesome. It comes every week. And then for brunch, I haven't had any brunch yet this during all these episodes, but my wife baked these delicious blueberry muffins.
Oh, man.
And I just wanted to say thank you to her for doing that, and it really feels like brunch today.
Nice.
How about you guys? What are you drinking?
Well, I got coffee. Yeah.
Right.
Just a little coffee. Just
From the old workplace?
my usual, the old Starbucks Veranda blend. Very good.
Veranda, nice. And Eric,
I have St. Paul City water.
Oh,
Which
nice.
is really good.
Yeah.
Some of the finest.
which will also supercharge you in a different
Supercharged. I've
Yes.
got 3 glasses of it lined up here. ready
All
to go.
right.
in a
Yes.
different way. Well, it's so great to see you guys. This is we usually have band practice once a week, and without that, this is our chance to hang out and see each other. And it's good to see you guys too. There's my wife, hey Sarah,
Hey,
and
Sarah. Hey, where's
we
my
have
muffins?
Kurt from Switzerland. Hey, Kurt.
Hey, Kurt.
Wow, we have
Hello.
international audience here today. We're so happy to see you. Good to see you too, Penny.
Nice.
Well, let's get right into it. And last week, Clint, you were on
It
vacation.
was away, yes.
Or actually, with a small baby, there's never really a
I
vacation.
mean, it
is
wasn't
there?
really my wife was like, that was more of a trip than a vacation, is what she said. And I said,
Yeah.
well, what's your criteria? But yeah.
Well, when you have a young child, it's like everything that you would do on a vacation, but just more work.
Yeah, that's what we said. We just did what we do at home, but we weren't at home.
Well, that's cool.
But it
when
was
this-
still nice. It was mostly a vacation from the dog that's laying over there that drives us
Well,
nuts.
it's great to see you back
Yeah, good to be
here.
back.
And everybody missed you last week, so I thought we'd just
Aw.
start off with you. And it looks like you got the Mando.
Sure do. Got the old mandolin out here. I just, that guitar is just so cumbersome. This thing's
Yes.
so little and convenient. But I'm a sort of a one-trick pony. I'm just gonna play another Buck Owens soon for you because
We've been missing the country.
Can't go wrong. It's one y'all should recognize called Tiger by the Tail. I've got a tiger by the tail, it's plain to see. I won't be much when you get through with me. I'm losing weight and I'm turning mighty pale. And it looks like I got a tiger by the tail. Well, I thought the day I met you, you were meek as a lamb. Just the kind that fit my dreams and plans. But now the pace we're living takes the wind from my sail. And it looks like I got a tiger by the tail. I've got a tiger by the tail, it's plain to see. I won't be much when you get through with me. I'm losing weight and I'm turning mighty pale. And it looks like I got a tiger by the tail. Well, every night you drag me where those bright lights are found. There ain't no way to slow you down. Well, I'm about as helpless as a leaf in a gale. And it looks like I got a tiger by the tail. I've got a tiger by the tail, it's plain to see. I won't be much when you get through with me. I'm losing weight and I'm turning mighty pale. And it looks like I got a tiger by the tail. Thank y'all.
Denise says, damn, that's good picking. I
yeah.
agree with that. That was some mighty fine mandolin
you,
picking
thank
there,
you.
Clint.
Had to work out a whole new key. I've hardly played an E before, but
Do you find yourself playing like lower keys when you're just by yourself without the band, or?
well, I mean, for mandolin, I learned a lot, in my younger years playing out at like, A and G and D. So E's not really a fiddle tuned key as much. So I learned a lot of fiddle tunes. So I have to, if I'm gonna play these songs, I gotta figure out how to play in different keys. So, but luckily everything's so movable on the mandolin that it's makes it kind of easy. But
Yeah, I found that without the band behind me, like everything's lower.
yeah,
Like with the
yeah.
band, I can hit those
I
high
remember-
notes.
I mean, that's what E is what we play that in. But I remember when I was singing it this morning, I'm like, whoa, okay, that's high. My starting note is higher than I was expecting.
Right. Well, especially at like 10 in the morning.
Yeah, exactly,
Saturday.
yeah.
But I heard that you actually got a good night's sleep last night.
Yeah, we did. I was at work last night, and I was getting texts from my wife, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I decided to sleep train our daughter tonight." And I'm like, "Okay,
the first
that's
time.
for the first time." So she's been sleeping with us pretty much since the day she was born.
And how'd it go?
And it went great. I woke up at 8:15. And I was like, wait a minute, it's 8:15? Did we sleep the whole night through? Yeah, there was some crying. There was some crying last night for about half an hour, and then she fell asleep, and she slept the whole night through. So, yeah, feeling pretty good about that today. That's big. That's big
that
for
is
us.
huge.
Yeah, really huge. So, yeah.
Well, congrats, man.
Thank
on
you.
A full night's sleep.
Yeah.
Well, I got the claw hammer out again today, and I wanted to try something new. I love this venue to just kind of goof around and try out things. And this is a song that if we were playing together, I would love to bring to the band. It's a song that I actually, with our guest today, Ellen, we have a show where we bring in our favorite musicians and listen to old records. And a few weeks back, we brought in our good friend Art Stevenson. From Art Stevenson and Highwater. I'm sure a few of you out there know Art and his music.
Yeah.
They're one of the best bluegrass bands anywhere, and I've always been a huge fan of his. And he was playing a few originals, and he writes a great song as well. And normally I don't like to try to play traditional bluegrass music because I don't really connect with it. But this tune I connected with because I connect with Art. And he's from the upper Midwest. And anyways, I just thought it was also just a really great tune. And Anyway, so I thought I'd try it. It's called Sawmill Town, and it sounds
Yeah.
like it's somewhat autobiographical. So we'll give it a try
Nice.
here. A debut. I'm a living in a sawmill town. I work until the sun goes down. Draw my pay on Friday, but I'm broke by Monday morning. See my baby on a Saturday night while the moon is shining bright. And I'll live here until I die, just as sure as you're born. I was born in a sawmill town on the banks of a river. Daddy built a house down by the railroad line. And the winters are long and the cold nights make me shiver. And I wake up every morning to the sawmill whistles whine. 'Cause I'm a living in a sawmill town. I work until the sun goes down. I draw my pay on Friday, but I'm broke by Monday morning. See my baby on a Saturday night. Oh, while the moon is shining bright. Gonna live here until I die, just as sure as you're born. After 10 hours of cutting trees for the sawmill stockyard, throw my tools in the truck and I head on back to town. Every day seems just the same and the work is so hard. But I know I'm gonna see my baby when the sun goes down. 'Cause I'm a living in a sawmill town. I work until the sun goes down. Draw my pay on Friday, but I'm broke by Monday morning. See my baby on a Saturday night while the moon is shining bright. I'm gonna live here until I die, just as sure as you're born. Gonna live here until I die, just as sure as you're born.
Yes, we will have to do that one. That's a
great
great
song.
tune. Great
Thanks,
tune.
man. I could just hear that, your tenor part there. Clint.
Yeah.
That would sound.
I wanted to play. That was nice.
Oh man, yeah, it's fun. Like you have a different energy when you get to play songs that you haven't played like a million times.
You know, and that's the beauty. That's the beauty of bluegrass, man. Like that's a traditional sounding original tune that he wrote. I mean, it's got 3 chords in it, right?
Yep.
But he wrote it. You know, it's got meaningful lyrics and it's got a unique melody. And man, that's just really cool. That's a great song.
And the
I like
secret
that a lot.
ingredient with those 3 chords, of course, is the truth, right?
Right, exactly. You gotta have the truth in there for sure. Yeah.
But that's an old country saying for those
Yeah.
of you who haven't heard it. But I think that you're right, Clint. I think
true.
it's the fact that Art wrote from the heart. You know, like you can
Yeah.
just hear it in the lyrics.
Exactly.
And when I've heard him sing it, man, oh gosh,
Yeah.
if you haven't seen Art Stevenson and High Water, go and see those guys. One of the most soulful bands. All the members are just fantastic musicians, and
Absolutely.
I just love their music. Speaking of fantastic musicians, dun, dun, dun,
Ah,
dun,
nice segue.
Mr. Eric,
Oh,
Mr.
my
Eric
turn.
Christopher is up to bat with the fiddle. Got to bring the fiddle on that brunch.
Well, you know, it's not quite the fiddle this week.
Ooh.
During quarantine or during COVID, some people, you know, they took up drawing or, you know, they picked up, you know, I don't know, some hobby. I picked up playing the viola. I had a viola before, but I hadn't spent a whole lot of time with it. And it's kind of nice, you know, when you have this high-pitched violin sort of screaming in your ear all the time. It's nice to have something kind of low and dark sounding. And for those of you who are, you know, not familiar with all the violin family instruments, it's 3 of the violin strings plus 1 lower, and a longer scale. So it's like someone took the frets and moved them around.
That
Hold
must
thing
be
up too,
easy.
because it's a little bigger too. Like it always kind of sets. I always feel like, gosh, Eric shrunk a little.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see it as much when it's not next to a violin for scale, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's bigger. So what I thought I'd do is I'd play a prelude from Bach's first cello suite, and then I'd go right into a fiddle tune called "Shove the Pig's Foot" a little further into the fire.
Ah, yes.
Because
Yes.
I love that combo.
What a name. Man.
Something only you would think of,
That
Eric.
one
I love it.
always gets me.
so here we go.
Yeah,
Very nice.
that was beautiful. Lots of people love that. Beautiful says Terry. Gorgeous says Gene. Great says John. And I agree. That's, both of those tunes, surprisingly, titles aside, they do flow together really well,
Yeah.
Eric.
They kind of do, and a lot of these Bach pieces they're based on old sort of dance forms, dance rhythms,
Yeah.
so they kind of sometimes work as fiddle tunes.
It's just sort of opposite ends of the violin spectrum there, though. That's interesting.
Viola spectrum.
It really is.
Viola
and
spectrum.
it just feels like so much work. These big strings.
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of work, usually we are working quite a lot each
Yeah.
week. We're playing gigs, we're doing these things, and right now we are not including our guest Mother Banjo. So we do have a tip jar that we're putting out, and if you're feeling it, you could toss a little something in there. It would go a long way to help us, get next week's cup of coffee, and we'd appreciate anything that you might be able to throw in there. It's a tough time for us musicians, and every little bit helps, especially just having you guys here. And Gene says, I think Bach would be very happy with the pairing.
I don't know about that.
Well, maybe the pig's foot. And Terry says, love how you went from one to the next really well. I agree. And now the pig's foot isn't really a pig's foot, right? Isn't it like a device? It's like a...
I think a blacksmithing tool. So no animals were harmed. Although that's kind of a genre within fiddle tunes itself. The animal cruelty titles, at least. Yeah.
Yeah, it gets pretty dark in the old-timey world. Penny says, where else can I hear Bach and shove a pig's foot back to back?
Right
No,
here.
anywhere. Yeah, that's
Right
the
here.
first.
Oh,
We're breaking barriers here.
Well, it's so fun. This is so much fun, and thank you guys again, all of you, for being here and joining us today. For those of you who are just tuning in, we are the High 48s. This is our weekly Bluegrass Brunch. We do it every January and February, and this year we're online for obvious reasons, but we're going to be playing a couple more tunes, and then we're going to be bringing on our special guest performer, who we're very excited about, our good friend Ellen Stanley, also known as Mother Banjo. She's got a whole set of music prepared for you for the second half of the hour, and we're really excited to have her here. But up next, we have Clint coming back on the Mando.
Uh-oh. Oh, I'm not prepared. Just kidding. All right.
What do you got for us?
I got a little bit of, we'll see how this goes. There's some parts that I'm not really sure which order they're going to come up, but it's called Billy in the Low Ground, one of my favorite
Nice.
fiddle tunes here.
Awesome. Well, fiddle music.
All right. About this time last year, we were getting ready to go on Derek and I were playing this one up on the in the Iron Range with Becky Schlagel a lot during our library tour. Crazy that was a year ago.
I know.
It's also about a year since I got this mandolin, so a lot of milestones here today. It's crazy.
Your baby slept through the
I
night?
know, it's crazy stuff. Here we go. All right.
Nice.
Yeah, you just reheated my coffee over here with those hot licks, man.
I call that the study in pentatonic scales because it's the only scale that I know. If anybody's watching who knows some theory, you'd be like, oh, that's just the pentatonic scale over and over and over and over again. But
Well,
it's amazing what you can do with that, you know?
Terry says sounds awesome, and Pam says awesome. It sounded awesome.
Well,
I heard
appreciate
someone
it.
describe building the low ground once as a run-on sentence.
Yeah, it sounds
kind of is.
that sounds about right. You can kind of
Really
just
should sound.
superimpose everything on top of itself, and it'll sound all right. But
All right, on.
Cool.
Hey, and look, it's Severin from Germany. Hey, it's great to have you with us today, Severin.
yeah, awesome.
All right. Well, I'm speaking of Becky. You mentioned Becky Schlegel.
Yeah.
Becky is a wonderful singer-songwriter here from Minnesota who we've all been huge fans of forever. And we started doing kind of a side project with Becky called Becky and the 48s, where we kind of stretch out a little bit and do different things. And we were just getting momentum before the pandemic struck. So there you go. But it was an opportunity for me to bring some of my more folky material to the stage, because normally the 48s it just turns out bluegrass no matter what I put in. But with Becky's stuff, I was able to try some other things. So I'm going to try a tune that we had just started playing with Becky and the 48s.
I know what you're going to do.
It's a song that I wrote on the guitar, and is it's just I don't know. It's kind of about. I spent a lot of time, let's just say, in my high school years in the car, listening to music. And I have like, I don't know, probably a dozen songs that all are just me in a car doing something. and one of the things that I love to do in the car is listen to music. And one day I was sitting at a stoplight and a sad song came on, and I got to thinking about some things, and I don't want to say exactly what they were, because I don't want to spoil it. But anyways, this is a song called "Sad Songs on the Radio." Wasn't easy, but I let go. Left that whole universe behind. Boxed up our old photographs, and I never looked you up online. That's why I never see it coming when I'm in my car alone. And you appear when I hear a sad song on the radio. Since I needed just one last cigarette, I ripped out the ashtrays of my life, and I've got no regrets. But sometimes I still get that feeling, shaky hands and hollow bones. My heart races, I see your face when I hear that song on the radio. Oh, did you find your way home? Did you ever let go of the weight on your shoulders? Oh, are you still out there alone, still blaming everyone else for everything that went wrong? And as the rain rolls down my windshield, I cut the engine, leave the stereo on. You can hang here in my driveway, but just for one last song. Not saying that I'm gonna miss you, I'm always happy to see you go. Disappear until the next time that I hear a sad song on the radio. Thank you.
Man, that guitar sounds awesome. I just
Oh,
have to say,
thank you.
I'm jealous. Is that your bourgeois?
That is. It's a bourgeois.
Man,
It's one of their orchestra models.
that thing's awesome. Nice, great song too.
Well, thanks, man. And yeah, with the band, I could finally kind of arrange it in a different way with Becky's sensibilities. I've always been a huge fan of her songwriting, and
Yeah.
there's a certain amount of melancholy that I feel like we're allowed in that configuration. But speaking of guests and other people that we appreciate, we actually are done with our segment of the show, folks. Thank you so much for tuning into this part. And we do have our special guest, Ellen Mother Banjo Stanley, waiting backstage in the green room. But we also have another special guest appearance lined up for you today. For those of you who are from the Twin Cities area, you know that we have kind of a special bluegrass community. It's been around for many, many years, and there's lots of things that bring us together. But one of the things that's brought us together for decades now is a radio program here in the Twin Cities called Bluegrass Saturday Morning. And a lot of you from Minnesota will be familiar with that show. It's hosted by Phil Nussbaum, a great DJ and a banjo player and just a community organizer here. And he does so much for our bluegrass community that I wanted to make sure that we did a little shout out. And not just because our show is directly competing with his. That's why we couldn't call this Bluegrass Saturday Morning. Bill does his show every Saturday, I think from like 7 to noon. It's like epic. It's like hours and hours of bluegrass. He's spinning it. He's promoting it. And he's done so much for the band. We were talking with him recently, and I thought, why don't we, highlight his show a little bit? And he got to talking and let us know that he has a new banjo tune that he just wrote. And I thought, let's bring it all together. We can debut Phil's banjo tune and talk about his show, which you can all tune into after ours. But it's also archived. So, anyways, we have our friend Phil who is doing his live show right now. I'm 100% sure it's live, right? And so he sent in a video, and so we're going to feature that right now. And when we get back, then we're going to bring out our guest today, Ellen Stanley. But first, here's Mr. Phil Nussbaum from Bluegrass Saturday Morning.
Hi, everybody. Phil Nussbaum here. I'm the host in the Twin Cities of Bluegrass Saturday Morning, which is heard on KBEM FM 88.5, Jazz 88.fm. If you want to stream. And I'm on the air right now, but I was able to pre-record this little segment, and Anthony and Eric talked with me about it, and thought it would be a good spot for this new tune of mine. And of course, by the way, we archive Bluegrass Saturday Morning, so anytime you want it, you can catch 2 weeks of broadcasting at jazz88.fm. Well, this new tune is called the Subway Blues. It references the New York subway, particularly the aspects of the low hum that goes on all the time. And sometimes the car sort of goes over some rough track or seems to lurch forward or side to side, or the lights might go off temporarily. Anyway, that's all what I'm thinking about in a tune like the Subway Blues. So anyway, hope you like it. it is. That's called The Subway Blues. And thanks for checking it out.
All right.
What a cool tune.
Yeah, that was neat.
Phil Nussbaum, everybody.
Nice.
Beaming in through the magic of technology. Again, he does his Bluegrass show every Saturday from 7 to noon. And I can't understate like what that means to a community like us in a little niche market.
I mean,
I have
that's-
so many people that like discovered Bluegrass from that show.
That's one of the first things I remember about Bluegrass was listening to Bluegrass Saturday morning when I was like, 10 years old, 10, 11 years old. So been around forever.
Yeah, so thanks to Phil, and when our Bluegrass brunches are over, that Bluegrass Saturday morning will still be there. But speaking of banjo playing radio DJs, I didn't think I'd be able to say that, but sure enough, our guest today,
We got two of
our very
them.
special guest is a banjo player, is a radio DJ, is a singer, is a songwriter. She's my co-host on the Back Catalog Listening Party, a program we do every week on Fridays, where we showcase music. She's just an exceptional human being, and I'm super excited to have her join us today. Won't you make welcome, live from South Minneapolis, just blocks away from my place here, Ellen Stanley, Mother Banjo.
Hey,
Good morning.
so great to see you guys. And cheers. I have a giant mug of coffee
Nice.
prepared, and it's in my Ryman Auditorium mug because I was trying to channel
Nice.
some Nashville for this Bluegrass Brunch. So
Nice.
Awesome. I'm so
Very
glad
good.
you could make it.
yeah, me too. And I mean, of course, I'm always here, but I'm not always set up like this. I'm usually just watching you guys play. I've been really enjoying these Bluegrass Brunches, and to be honest, with the little one, which Clint knows all about,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able probably to make many of the Astor Cafe shows. So I'm
Right.
kind of psyched that I get to see you guys every week. So
Yeah.
it's been a lot of fun. But you know what, Tony, you didn't tell me that I'd be following some banjo picking like that. I'm just saying.
Well, I figured you have such different styles.
It's true.
It's like apples and oranges.
Exactly. But anyway, I'm really happy to be here, and thanks all for tuning in. And hi, Terry. Well, I don't know how you guys are feeling, but I feel like I might need a little revival, hence my giant cup of coffee today. And maybe you're feeling that too. Maybe the rest of you out there are still in your PJs. I actually put on clothes for this, just for you. I tuned my banjo as well, and I'm gonna start off with a gospel tune. I know it's Saturday, but it's probably never too early
It's all right.
for some of us sinners. But this song is it's really more. It's just a song about helping each other out and maybe helping each other up if you're feeling tired or low down. This song is called Revival Train. It's only 2 chords, so if you guys have your instruments at home, you can jam along. And sing along. That's what I'm hoping. This is Revival Train. I wanna ride, I wanna ride, I wanna ride that train. I wanna ride, I wanna ride, I wanna ride that revival train. I'll jump on board, I'll jump on board, I'll jump on board today. I'll jump on board, I'll jump on board, I'll jump on board, I will not delay. I wanna ride, I wanna ride, I wanna ride that train. I wanna ride, I wanna ride, I wanna ride that revival train. I want you there, I want you there, I want you there with me. I want you there, I want you there, I want you all there to share with me. I wanna ride, I wanna ride, I wanna ride that train. I wanna ride, I wanna ride, I wanna ride that revival train. I'll help you up, I'll help you up, I'll help you up for sure. I'll help you up, I'll help you up, I'll help you up, my arms are so sure. I wanna ride, I wanna ride, I wanna ride that train. I wanna ride, I wanna ride, I wanna ride that revival train. We'll be revived there, we'll be revived, we'll be revived and fed. We'll be revived, we'll be revived, we'll be revived at the High 48's Bluegrass Brunch. Oh man, should practice that. Where we all are fed. I wanna ride, I wanna ride, I wanna ride that train. I wanna ride, I wanna ride, I wanna ride that revival train. Alleluia, 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 alleluia. You got to get in the grand amen, the third chord, you know?
That's right. That's right.
The amen chord.
Great, and people are loving it. Terry says, so glad to hear your beautiful voice. And St. Michael's Church, the church itself, is now online.
Good thing I started with a gospel tune.
That's right. And yay yelling, and Wes gives you the hand claps. That sounded great. And,
Awesome.
you know, we played with you before, and we know about your unique banjo style, but
The mojo style.
you're really utilizing the drum, the percussion aspects of this instrument, and I think
So
that's
you
so
can
cool.
see what I've been doing to my instrument over these years. I've been beating it up quite a bit. Hitting the head of the banjo. And you know, the banjo was originally a percussion instrument, still is, but, you know, with all those notes that you fancy bluegrass pickers play, you know, you kind of forget that there's a whole drum on your instrument. So
Well, love
I
it.
utilize that a lot.
Yeah, it really brings the groove, and especially on a kind of a head nodding tune like that.
Mm-hmm.
And a few people out there are saying, you know, it's nice on a Sunday or a Saturday. Fabulous as always, says Heather.
Oh,
Lovely,
Heather
says
from
Katie.
Sweden. That's awesome.
And lots of hand claps. People are loving it. Sounds
Awesome.
great.
Well, maybe I'll do a more bluegrassy tune for you. This is a song originally recorded by the Civil Wars. I did it for my latest CD, Eyes on the Sky. It's called From This Valley. Oh, the desert dreams of a river that will flow down to the sea. Like my heart longs for an ocean to wash down over me. Won't you take me from this valley to that mountain high above? I will pray, pray, pray till I see your smiling face. I will pray to the one I love. Oh, the outcast dreams of acceptance just to find love's pure embrace. Like my heart longs for his mother just to show me grace. Won't you take me from this valley to that mountain high above? I will pray, pray, pray till I see your smiling face. I will pray to the one I love. or the caged bird dreams of a strong wind that will flow down the wings, like a voice longs for a melody. Oh, Jesus, carry me. Won't you take me from this valley to that mountain high above? I will pray, pray, pray till I see your smiling face. I will pray to the one I love. I will pray, pray, pray till I see your smiling face. I will pray to the one I love.
Nice. Love this song, says Terry. Kate's got a new 55-inch TV and casting. It's looking good.
Wow, I must look huge on that.
Hey, look, our friend Katie Jo in Switzerland.
Oh, hi, Katie
Just
Jo.
love your
Katie
voice,
Jo.
Ellen, she says.
Oh, thanks.
Marlene says, nice job. And Dennis is humming
Oh,
along.
my father-in-law from Iowa. Nice.
And the church is also
Loving it.
Our good friend Chris said that was wonderful. It really was. That sounded great.
Thank you. Well, that is a tune that for folks who maybe have seen me play with the band at the Bluegrass festivals, that's one that's really fun to do with the Bluegrass Quartet with guitar and mando and bass and all of that. So, and that's how it's recorded on the record, just straight up live bluegrass style. So.
And speaking of the record, you have a website, motherbanjo.com.
I do.
And that's probably the best place to grab all your stuff.
Yep, motherbanjo.com. I'm also on all the digital places as well.
Yeah, you'll
And-
definitely want to check it out. It's great to hear it live, but the band does sound good. But as folks know, right now the band, Ellen can't afford to pay the band to all come over.
I
and
can't
do
afford
this.
to get PPE for them to all play with me, is what it is.
And so that's why we're throwing a tip jar around, because we want to make sure we let Ellen know that we appreciate what she does, and we want to hear more great music. So if you like what you hear, there's a link scrolling here on the screen. There's also one in the comments. You could throw a little something in there. It goes a long way to just encourage artists to just keep doing what we do, and we're appreciative you're doing what you're doing, Ellen.
Well, I'm appreciative of what you guys are doing, not just, of course, creating great music, but doing these Bluegrass Brunches. As I said, it's been really fun for me to both see you guys play and also see all the guests. Like I saw Katie Jo's tuned in. It was great to see her and her band from Switzerland. So it's really been, and Nate last week from California. So it's been a great way of reconnecting. So I appreciate that. I mean, I get to see Tony every Friday on Back Catalog, but I don't get to hear him play. So
There you go.
Well, speaking of Back Catalog Listening Party, the host that, again, Tony and I, the show that Tony and I host every Friday, we bring in different guest artists and talk about old records. And one of our guests in December was a duo that folks might remember. Again, some of the bluegrass folks. Robin and Linda Williams joined us in December, and we talked about their holiday record, and I actually cover one of the songs from that record, and I put it on my new record, and it's not Christmas specific. It's just a wintertime love song, and I know this was a week for snow here in Minnesota and then out on the East Coast. So hi to my parents who are probably shoveling out there. So this song seemed appropriate, and because a lot of us aren't going anywhere.
It's
I think we
freezing
can
here in
really-
Minnesota. It's really cold.
Yeah.
We haven't had any cold yet, but here it is.
Yep. And so this is a song about cozying up at home. This is called Together All Alone. It's a snow drifting night, and the roads are all closed. But baby, that's alright, 'cause we've got no place to go. The wind is howling like Miles Davis, gone insane. tin roof and the window pane. I'm not worried about the weather. The weather's gonna do just what it wants. I'm just glad to be together, together all alone, together all alone. Oh. Well, your mama's got the kids, I wish, so you know they'll be okay. Well, it looks like she's gonna get to keep them now for 2 or 3 more days. The basement's full of wood, so we're gonna stay warm. The kitchen's full of food, so come on, let it store. I'm not worried about the weather. The weather's gonna do just what it wants. I'm just glad to be together, together all alone, together all alone. This is where Dan Gorder would be doing a really sweet bluesy guitar solo. So just imagine it. Yeah. We can go to bed real early. We can stay in bed real late. We're gonna get down underneath all those covers, darling. We're gonna hibernate. Turn off that television, unplug that telephone. Watch those Christmas lights blinking off and on. Pretend this Pabst Blue Ribbon is Don Perignon, and pray that the snowplows never come. I'm not worried about the weather. The weather's gonna do just what it wants. I'm just glad to be together, together all alone, together all alone. Oh. Alone, alone.
Perfect song.
Very nice.
Such a good song.
And a bunch of people are loving it. Bev says, great voice, love it. And Terry says, oh my God, I love this song too. Face it, I love all your songs. Carol was really interested in the percussion. She says, love the percussion. Can the camera be moved a little bit to see her right hand? I don't know if that's possible.
I can, I can probably try and tip it a little bit. We'll see what we can do.
Lots of hand claps from Terry.
Oh, there you go.
And our good friend Becky Schlegel says
go.
the perfect song for a cold winter day. Beautifully
Becky.
done.
Well, hi, Becky. Yeah, I love that song. So great. And such a fun groove. I've been doing kind of happy songs, which is really not the Mother Banjo MO really at all. I was just realizing that. But don't worry, I'll bring it down right now for you. For those of you bluegrass fans who like the sad stuff, I'll do at least one sad one. I'll probably do 2 more. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Sounds
Okay.
great.
Sounds great.
So this is I'm gonna have to keep this. This is a song I wrote actually in summertime. For those of you who aren't from Minnesota, you know that as cold as it is in the winter, it gets almost as hot and humid in the summer.
Ugh.
I know. And no matter
not
what
sure-
time of year it is, we'll complain about it.
Yeah,
for
not
sure
sure which I dislike more. It might be the heat, honestly.
Yeah.
It might be.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so many items of clothing you can take off. You can always add more, you know?
That's, yes, man. All right. Okay.
It provides the greatest excuses that the banjo's always out of tune, right? I mean,
Oh,
it's
exactly.
just too cold here. Oh, it's
Yeah.
just too warm.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, so I wrote this song when I was just dreaming about like finding a glass of water and maybe jumping in the closest pool of water. So that's basically what I was thinking about when I wrote this. And I might have been listening to Goodnight Irene too, because a little bit of that old Lead Belly blues song creeps in here.
Nice.
This is called Water, and this is for you, Tony. I know this is one of your favorites.
I love
from
this
the latest
tune.
record.
It's a good one.
Water, water, sweet running stream. Water, water, see you in my dreams. Irene got tired from the heat, rambling around, walking the streets, from farm to town, and in between, I looked for her, she waited for me. Water, water, sweet running stream. Water, water, see you in my dreams. She was just 16 and wondered why the stars came out and wells run dry. She ventured out to meet the sky, turned on her heels, left me to cry. Water, water, sweet running stream. Water, water, see you in my dreams. I found her at the riverbed, cuts on her hands and dust on her head. I love her now like I loved her then, singing a song, pulling me into water, water, sweet running stream. Water, water, see you in my dreams. See you in my dreams.
It's such a beautiful melody.
Thank you.
Nice.
And Derek agrees. Derek Johnson, our good friend, says that my favorite Mother Banjo composition.
Oh, thank you, Derek.
And Penny says it's one of her favorites as well.
Well, thank you. I like singing that. Yeah, well, I'll just do one more tune if that sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds
Sounds
great.
great.
Thank you so much for being here with us today. And once again, folks, if interested in purchasing Ellen's music, you can go to motherbanjo.com. I'll throw the link in the comments. She's got a few records out, and they all sound great. And, you know, I was thinking of this crowd, Ellen, might be interested in our guest on the back catalog next week.
I was just thinking that, actually. Do you want to announce?
Sure. So bluegrass lovers, if you like good bluegrass, then you know our guest next week, Mr. Greg Cahill from Special Consensus
Nice.
out of Chicago is going to be joining us, and we're going to be spinning one of their records, and it's going to be a lot of fun. What we do, Ellen and I just get together. We've constructed our streaming lives so we can just hang out with musicians all the time and only geek out about music. It's working out really well. And our worlds are colliding today. But yeah, it's super fun. We just hang out and listen to music, kind of, like we used to do.
Yeah,
back
it's
when
super
we could
fun,
be
and
together.
like this show, it's like, it's just about the conversation and hanging out and enjoying good music. And Special Consensus, pretty psyched about that this Friday.
Legends.
And we have
Great.
good guests coming up over the next month. I'm just saying A-list. So if you're interested, certainly if you follow Tony or the Back Catalog Listening Party or High 48s, maybe he'll probably let you know what's coming up.
You'll hear about it. You'll hear
You'll
about it.
hear
There's nothing
about it.
else going on.
I know, right? So I also wanted to mention, Tony, that for folks out there listening, that the theme song to Back Catalog Listening Party every week is a Tony Ehrig composition, and it's one of my favorites. And so,
thanks.
in addition to the amazing High 48s music, Tony has a really great solo record. As does
Thanks.
Eric. I know you all have so many great records, but
Are you
I
going to
just
play
wanted
that?
to do a little plug.
Are you going to play that?
Mississippi Strut? No, I'm not going to play that. Yeah, I need a lot more coffee to give this stab, and maybe some booze in that
I was gonna say
coffee
maybe
to
add some
give me the
whiskey in
courage.
there.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep-
No. I was going to end though with a song about just celebrating living in the moment, which I think is all we can do these days. And in this moment, I'm really grateful to be here with all of you, both the High 48s as well as all of you joining us online from all over the world, like from Switzerland and Sweden and everywhere. So this is another good sing along. So I hope you'll sing along at home. And it's called We Are Witness. I wrote it for a wedding. But again, it's about just enjoying those you're with, virtually or in person. And yeah, this is called We Are Witness. Thank you again so much. We are witness to love and life. We are witness in the darkest night. We are witness to love and life. We are witness to this day. We are witness to this day. We are witness from far and near. We are witness all gathered here. We are witness from far and near. We are witness to this day. We are witness to this day. We are witness here with friends, virtual friends. We are witness until the end. We are witness here with friends. We are witness to this day. We are witness to this day. Okay, this is where you guys can clap. Not applause, but clap on the beat, you know. We are witness to the here and now. We are witness, love all around. We are witness right now. We are witness to this day. Sing it with me. We are witness to this day. We are witness to this day. We are witness to this day. day.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Oh,
That
well, I
sounded
could
great.
feel like I could hear you all singing through the cosmos during that. I normally love singing that with my band in 3-part harmony and with audiences, so it was nice to do that
Well,
with you
Terry
all.
said she was singing along.
I could feel it, Terry. I'm just saying.
And Connie says, terrific song for right now, and I agree. It is, really, it is. And so happy that you could be here to,
thank you.
to bring us
Yeah,
together.
thanks, Ellen.
Thanks,
Oh,
Ellen.
Awesome.
this was so fun, and I'll be watching next week. Who's your guest next week?
So next week, we're really excited. We have 3/4 of the
Three-fourths, I
members
think.
of a great new bluegrass band out of the Twin Cities called Back Up and Push. It includes Rena Rossi and AJ
Oh, nice.
fiddle and David Robinson
That's gonna be awesome.
on banjo. And those guys are great. And they kind of have their own quarantine bubble as far as I know, so they're going to be playing as a band. So
Oh, that's so cool.
that's always
great.
a bonus. So all of you tune in. You definitely don't want to miss next week because we get to actually watch a band play together in a room,
That's
which is going to be
awesome.
great.
That's great. Well, again, thank you guys for doing what you're doing and for inviting me to be a part of it because I'd be hanging out watching you guys, whether I was on camera or not. So
Well, we appreciate it, and if you appreciate it, folks, throw a little something in the tip jar, and we'll be sending this some to Ellen, and we appreciate you guys being here every week. This is week 6 out of 9. We got 9 weeks this year, which I'm grateful for. Actually, usually it's 8. And and not only do we have those guys next week, but we have our friend Derek Johnson from Monroe Crossing the week after that, and then closing out our series at the end of February, we have Kim and Quillen Rowe, the very first guests on our back catalog show. Just wonderful musicians and wonderful people, and this is what it's all about, folks. I see a lot of you out there in the comments, and thank you guys for being here and for participating. It really is our pleasure, and we hope to see you back here next week at the Bluegrass Brunch. And once again, thanks to Ellen Stanley. Thanks, Ellen.
thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Ellen.
All right, we'll see you next week.
All right, bye, everybody.
Bye.